Okay, so to start this off, that is a 17-pound turkey in there. I usually brine for about 12 hours because I smoke it. I don't like it to be too many hours in there to take away the smoke flavor. But what I did is I did use a store-bought brine with some modifications. So that's your kind of standard Williams-Sonoma brine. You can pick it up there for 20 bucks. They're all pretty much the same, but I did make some modifications. So in addition to the brine, I put in 3 quarters of a sweet onion, and then 2 orange rinds, and 1 lemon cut in quarters. And then brought to a boil, put it in the fridge till it cooled, and then mix it all together. And then do 6 hours soaking one side, and then flip it middle of the night or whatever, and soak it for another 6 hours. Do be careful, it's a lot of liquid, as you'll see already next to it over here. So it is a bit testy. Oh, I also added, there's 6 cups of apple cider in there. You can use apple juice or apple cider. I like to use apple cider. Alright, good morning. It's about 12 hours later. Got turkey all nice and brined. Got the wood chips in, charcoal in. I do about half soaked wood, half non-soaked, and then sprinkle in some chunks and chips as well. I use only pecan to give that turkey that kind of light smoke, rather than have something harsher like a mesquite that's going to dominate the flavor too much. So we're going to get this set to about 300, let it hover there, get that bird ready to be put on, and then we'll go. Okay, so now it's time to get this bird ready. So what I do to stuff it, I pretty much just get filler stuff. I don't think anything's really too important at this point. I think the brine's going to dominate the flavor and create most of the moisture. But I get apples, lemons quartered, 1 clove of garlic, and then mash a couple of those little individual cloves up just so it kind of releases that flavor, and then potatoes. Shove that stuff in there, and we'll do so in just a second. Okay, we've got the turkey all stuffed with all kinds of nonsense, lemon quarters, apples, garlic. I think there's an old shoe in there. But now, one thing you'll notice, I tucked the arms behind, kind of lock it. You have to force it a little bit, but it makes it present a lot better, just like it is now. So what I'm going to do now, get some canola oil, even olive oil, just kind of brush the bird, get it set up for spice. What I use is usually about 3/4 black pepper, 1/4 garlic powder, and then I also, never tried it before, but this time I'm going to try a little Creole seasoning on it as well, just to give it that blackened top and to spice it up a little bit. Okay, so we've got this guy all seasoned up. Having some second thoughts about this Creole seasoning, but good news about a guy like this is the rub doesn't penetrate the bird very well, so it's just kind of for the crust and the bites with the skin on it. So we'll see how it goes, but right now the grill's right at 300, so we're going to put this guy on and start cooking. Okay, so we've got pretty decent little smoke going right at 300. Just forget to mention that for the drip pan, I don't know if you can see it, but I just use standard little tinfoil pan, and I've got a stick of butter in there with warm water. I don't know, but I've heard that moistens it up a good bit. So let's put this bird on, we'll check back in a little bit. Okay, we're about an hour and 10 minutes in. Just opened it up to take a look, but we are right at 300 for the cook, so looking pretty good so far. You can see that on the legs there and up top, it's going to be browning before the rest of the bird, and we'll probably split at some point. But what we'll do is we'll wait till it gets a little crispier, and then we'll just rub it with a little more canola oil and to keep it moist on top, keep it from getting too crispy. But we'll check back in about another hour or so and then apply it then. Okay, so it's been about an hour since we last checked. See, it's starting to brown a little bit. Actually, it looks really good. Got a little canola oil and a brush. Just gonna kind of brush it where it needs a little more moisture. On top a little bit. Also spritz it. You can see I'm compromising the pepper a little bit. Alright, let's put it back. We'll probably about 125, 135 now. So in about 30-45 minutes I'll put that thermometer in there so we can start gauging the temperature. Okay, at a total time of 4 hours, 10-15 minutes, something like that. We are at an internal temperature at the breast of 165, which is just about perfect. So I'm gonna go let it sit for 15 minutes. Get a little bit before we eat, so I'm gonna cover it in foil, put it in the Yeti, and then cut it open here in probably about an hour. So we'll see what it looks like at that point.